Yellowstone's Season 4 ending leaves behind several questions and unresolved plot threads for audiences to ponder. Following the stellar success of Yellowstone's Season 4 finale on the streaming network Paramount+, it's not surprising that the show's been renewed for a fifth season, which will come out later in 2022, if not in early 2023. Until then, audiences will have tons of time to speculate and wonder about Yellowstone Season 4's unanswered questions. First, Yellowstone's Walker star shares hidden meaning in Kayce's vision quest, a way of life. Yellowstone fan favorite Ryan Bingham, best known for playing Walker in the Paramount Network drama, has spoken out on the cliffhanger in Season 4 surrounding Kayce and Monica Dutton. Yellowstone Season 4 arguably threw up the biggest test yet for Kayce Dutton, played by Luke Grimes, and wife Monica Dutton's, Kelsey Asbiel, relationship. After more tough-to-watch scenes involving their son Tate, Brecken Merrill, and his PTSD ordeal in the Paramount drama, Kayce took it upon himself to engage in a Native American ritual in order to rid himself of his own demons and ultimately become a better man. By the time Kayce emerged from the ritual, he seemed a completely different man, but had plenty of cryptic revelations from his experience. The most daunting surrounded his and Monica's future when his other half asked him what he saw during his time. "The end of us," Kayce told his wife in no uncertain terms, although exactly how remains anyone's guess. But one man who has a theory and explanation for what Kayce meant is Ryan Bingham, the actor behind rancher and smooth-sounding musician Walker. Probably as, like the culture of the American West, it's kind of a dying breed, Bingham said of the end of us remark. Hopefully, this show kind of brings some of that back and educates some people on where your hamburgers are coming from. Once Season 5 was renewed, it was also announced White would retain a series regular role. Therefore, it looks like Jimmy will be hanging about in Yellowstone for at least another season, despite his seeming exit into the sunset. Kelly has also been bumped up to a series regular, as has Teeter star Jen Landon. Next, let's talk about some of Yellowstone Season 4's biggest unanswered questions. First is, why didn't Beth kill Riggins? After Beth, Kelly Riley, asks Walker, Ryan Bingham, certain details about prison, it's implied that Beth plans to kill Terrell Riggins, Bruno Amato, who organized the attacks against the Duttons. Instead, Beth never makes a move to attack Riggins and leaves after she finds out from Riggins that Jamie, Wes Bentley, knew about his father Garrett's, Will Patton, plan to kill the Duttons. In reality, Beth never planned to kill Riggins. She was simply prepared to react in case things went south during their conversation. This is why Beth simply leaves once she gets the information she came for. Besides, since Riggins is a hired killer whose only loyalty is to money, Riggins might just prove useful to Beth in Yellowstone Season 5. Second, are the Yellowstone Dutton Ranch and the Broken Rock Indian Reservation becoming allies for good? Throughout the previous seasons of Yellowstone, Broken Rock Chief Thomas Rainwater, Gil Birmingham, and John Dutton, Kevin Costner, have come to respect one another despite their differences. Now that Market Equities has entered the picture, the survival of both the Yellowstone Dutton Ranch and the Broken Rock Indian Reservation are threatened by one mutual enemy. This means that there's a real chance for John and Thomas to strike a more long-term alliance, which could give them a fighting chance at protecting their mutual interest of preserving the land at any cost. Third, what did Kayce see at the end of his vision quest? When Kayce undergoes the Hanbelechia, or crying for a vision, which is based on a real Lakota warrior initiation ritual, Kayce gets a vision that shows him two different yet equally difficult paths. After the ritual, Kayce's wife Monica, Kelsey Asbiel, asks him what he saw, and he replies, "The end of us." Like the visions of Paul Atreides and Dune, Kayce's visions seem to have revealed the potential gains and consequences of the different paths that he can take. Indeed, the two paths which Kayce saw represent his two contrasting identities, as the scion of the Yellowstone Dutton Ranch and as a newly initiated member of the Broken Rock Indian Reservation community. In Yellowstone Season 5, Kayce will be faced with choosing only one and abandoning the other. Next, what happened to Broken Rock's Angela Blue Thunder? Back in Yellowstone Season 3, Thomas Rainwater decided to hire corporate lawyer Angela Blue Thunder, Goorianka Kilcher, to have a better fighting chance against the enemies of the Confederated Tribes of Broken Rock. While Mo Brings Plenty, may be right about Angela Blue Thunder being evil, she was nonetheless an integral voice in the show. It was Angela who reminded Thomas that their tribe's age-old laws about protecting the land at all costs predates not just the Duttons' century-old claim to the land, but also the laws of any modern white government. Angela even briefly teamed up with Beth to go after a common enemy, which was the first time that the Duttons and Broken Rock truly cooperated. Despite the character's promise, Angela Blue Thunder never appears and isn't even discussed at all in Yellowstone Season 4. That being said, this could mean that Angela is slated for a dramatic return during the 5th season. Fifth, does anyone else apart from Jamie and Christina know that they have a son? Jamie's brief relationship with Christina, Catherine Cunningham, the former manager pressure for his attorney general campaign resulted in a son. Based on the events in the finale, it's highly unlikely that either John or Beth know about Jamie's baby. In Yellowstone Season 5, Jamie's son might prove to be just what he needs in order to get back into John's good graces and finally put an end to Jamie and Beth's long-running sibling rivalry. It wouldn't be that surprising if the youngest Dutton became a bargaining chip for settling the troubled family's internal disputes. Jamie might even use his son to gain votes if he decides to betray his family again and insist on running for governor. Finally, what's going to happen to Jimmy at the Four Sixes Ranch? Yellowstone Season 4 sees wayward ranch hand Jimmy Hurdston, Jefferson White, finally becoming a real cowboy. And it's all thanks to John's decision to send him off to Texas' Four Sixes Ranch. Jimmy impresses John so much that he not only clears Jimmy's debts, but even allows him to leave the ranch with his new fiancée, Emily, Catherine Kelly. While it's pleasing to imagine that it's all smooth sailing for Jimmy from here on, it's likely that Jimmy will return to the Four Sixes Ranch. This means that Jimmy will be in the main cast for the upcoming Yellowstone spin-off series, Four Sixes, which is bound to put Jimmy's new skills and his new relationship with Emily to the test. Yellowstone Season 4's unanswered questions puts into perspective what this show is really about. Apart from loyalty to family, Yellowstone is about the lengths that people will go to in order to protect or exploit what remains of America's unspoiled wilderness. By answering these hanging questions, Yellowstone Season 5 would provide a satisfying final act for one of the most compelling neo-Western dramas of all time. In other related news, Yellowstone's Luke Grimes says creator knows how the series will end. Yellowstone star Luke Grimes says that showrunner Taylor Sheridan knows how the series will end. Grimes talked to THR about the future of Yellowstone, noting that Sheridan had a plan all along for where the show is headed. He actually said that he knew the end first, Grimes explained. However, though Sheridan knows how it all ends, he's still keeping the details close to his chest, only sharing enough with his cast to inform their performance. Grimes says that he likes the idea of finding out what happens from script to script and hopes that journey continues, while still getting enough information about his character's arc to keep him going. Much has been speculated about how long Yellowstone will go on as it enters its 5th season, but Grimes says that he's confident that Sheridan won't let it overstay its welcome, saying, "But I do know that Taylor would never let it go past its due date. We're never going to jump the shark." Grimes also notes that the popularity of the show puts a tremendous amount of pressure on Sheridan to keep it going, even with multiple new shows and spin-offs on the way. The actor said that he loves working on the show, but that once any great show outlives its material, it's no fun for anybody. Kayce has been an instrumental character in the world of Yellowstone, making for some of the most dramatic, violent, and often perplexing moments in the show, and he'll no doubt continue that trajectory even after his hand Belechia, Vision Quest, at the end of Yellowstone Season 4. Like any good show, however, it's good to know that Sheridan has an end in mind and isn't just moving pieces across the board aimlessly, as can sometimes feel like the case with any series. While it's not necessary for the actors to know every upcoming story beat to do their job, it surely assists Sheridan in guiding their performances, as he ultimately knows where they end up, which makes for a more focused narrative for fans. While Yellowstone is no stranger to surprises or shocking moments, it's nice to know that Sheridan has an idea of where he's taking the show. Well, that is all the time we had for today. Thanks for sticking with us till the end. Make sure to hit the like and subscribe button on your way out. Till next time, guys. Cheers!